let's talk about your composure. Uh, you're going to have some adverse conditions at times, a breakdown, maybe weather-related things, traffic, stuff like that. How you hold yourself together during those times is going to influence whether or not you get to stay on that tour or not. So when you open up and talk with a tour manager or someone in the band or about things that are going on prematurely, you are opening up a can of worms that are not needed. For an example, if the check engine light comes on the bus, if you automatically, you panic and go crazy, everybody around you is going to think this bus is not going to make it to the gig. And when all it was that you were a little low on coolant right at the level that you needed to add, and you go back and add some coolant and everything was fine. You keep your composure and say, let me check something out here. I got a little something I want to look at. You walk back there and check it out and find out what it is. Never indulge what's going on, or divulge rather, what's going on with your client when there's no need to. Once that bus is found out what's going on, if there is a problem and it's not going to be able to move, then that's when you go to the tour manager and you say, hey, we've got an issue here. I've got the guys on the phone. We're working out what we're going to need. I think we're going to need an hour or two to fix it. That'll put us in about 9. Is that still adequate time? If you stay calm, they're going to stay calm. If you get irrational and just, this thing broke down, I don't know what we're going to do, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world, it's going to be the end of the world for them too. And what will end up happening is it'll be the end of the world for you on that tour, because they're going to replace you at some point because they just feel like you can't keep your composure and handle the job that needs to be handled. So think before you speak. Understand that you have things in place to help you keep that bus running, and that's what we want you to do, is follow those procedures. And then if we need to alert the tour manager or the production manager of what's going on, that's when we do it. Too many times I've had it happen. I've had drivers, again, these are real life examples, that have made a mountain out of a molehill, and you had a tire problem and you made it such a big deal that the tour manager calls me and says, we need a new bus. We just need a new bus. When all it was you ran over something in the road and messed up a tire, and we needed to put a tire on the bus. So quit creating an emergency or a catastrophe that is not there. Things will happen, but we maintain our equipment to the utmost standards, but things do break. But when you make it out to be like, that thing broke down last week too, week before that we had that one problem, week before that we had a problem, it wasn't a problem until you made it a problem. So keep your mouth shut, okay? Composure. Show yourself as little as possible in reacting dramatically, and it will save you a lot of headache down the road. Let me tell you an example of the opposite of that. So a driver was having a problem with his engine overheating, and he had pulled into the truck stop, and the client actually said, hey man, what we pulled in for? He said, I'm just going to top off the fuel before we go. I'm not sure how long we're going to be there and what the generator is, and I just want to go ahead and top it off. He walked off the bus, called Jim, said, hey, I'm having this problem. He gets back to the engine and starts spraying water on the radiator, finds out what's going on. He's got a coolant hose that's leaking, and we have the coolant hose on there. He grabs the hose, puts the new hose on, has the nozzle in there, filling up the fuel, puts that new hose on, fills the thing back up with water, goes and pays for the fuel and comes back in. The client never even knew there was an issue because he didn't make it an issue. There was no need to announce, we're overheating, this engine's gonna blow, we're not gonna make the gig, when you don't know that that's the case. But this driver kept his composure, did the proper thing, called Jim, walked through the deal, and the client never had a clue it even happened. That's the way you need to do it.